Guys, I know you never see me. It's like, you never ever see me. I'm just such an aloof person. No, you guys see me a lot. Because I tweeted something earlier that was something like, if I have time and I have energy, I'm gonna make a video, and suffice to say, I have a lot of those things, a lot of time, and a lot of energy. Well, I have mostly just a lot of time, and I have a lot of energy. I'm pretty energetic. So, yeah, I make a lot of videos. I'm kind of like the Daily Grace of YouTube, BookTube. I'm not at all. But pretend like I am. Pretend like I'm not. Pretend like I am. Pretend like I'm not. This is beyond the point, Emma. Today we're doing a tag video. Oh, also, in the summertime, heads up, this is a while from now, although I wish it was tomorrow. Me, I'm probably not going to be, like, around. I'll probably pre-record videos, but I think I'm going to be doing something. So, yeah. I'm a disaster. Okay, alrighty. Let's just do this. I'm doing a tag video today. I'm doing the Epic Reads tag. Oh, yeah. I saw this yesterday, and I was like, this is really fun, and I didn't have, like, any classes today, so I was like, I'm gonna do it because I didn't go to class because I didn't feel good. I didn't feel good this morning. I feel much better now, but I didn't feel good this morning, so I didn't go to my class. It was an 8 a.m. Again, beyond the point. So, yeah, I saw it sounds like this is really fun. Epic Reads is a channel on YouTube and a part of a publishing company, part of HarperCollins. They are a young adult imprint. They publish young adult, obviously, and the tag was created by the two ladies who run their social media, I believe, and do their show. It wasn't a live show anymore, but their show every week. Margot and Aubrey, and it was just really fun. And I was like, I'm gonna do it, so I'm doing it. All right, let's get started. First question is, if you could have tea with a fictional character from a book and its author, who would you pick? I don't like tea. Everyone can unsubscribe now. I know, it's awful. I don't like tea. I really don't. I just don't like it. But I really love hot chocolate, so we drink hot chocolate. Specifically, I love hot chocolate from the specific place in my town, and it's just very good. And they do little like hearts and stuff inside. It feels very fancy. But I would choose Vivienne from Chocolat by Joanne Harris. I don't know anything about Joanne Harris, but I know that Vivienne is really good at making chocolate. And she, like, makes chocolate and owns a chocolate shop, and so I would ask her to do it because I would be crap at it, and she would be amazing. Also, I feel like we'd be in a very cute cafe, and, like, her little daughter would be running around, and we'd be talking about magical realism and, like, chocolate. This book is scrumptious. Like, seriously, everyone should read this. It's just the most scrumptious book. Okay, next is, what book would you want a prequel for that doesn't have a prequel? So, I picked two. They're both kind of similar because they're both related to schools or whatever. And the first one is Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. I would love to read a prequel about a time when the Peculiars were not being hunted down, or a time when the Peculiars were at their heyday, I guess. I'd love to read a book about the Peculiars' heyday because we're learning all about this stuff. Hey, Mom. We're learning about all this stuff that has to do with... That was awkward. My mom just came in. Epic Reads tag featuring my mom. Yeah, and I would love to learn about this world when it wasn't being hunted by Nazis and scary bad guys. Also, Hex Hall by Rachel Hawkins. Same thing. I'd love to read about this school at the start of it when everything isn't going to crap. That would be really interesting. Okay, next. What two fictional characters from two separate books would you think make a good couple? I sort of decided to not do a couple as in a romantic couple, but I want, like, couple as in, like, crack team investigators. Like, partners. And I chose Ben Grant from the Rivers of London Ben Grant series by Ben Aaronovitch, and Thursday Next from the Jasper Fforde series. I just think these two guys, girl, guy, would just hit it off really well. They both deal with a lot of weird stuff. They're both detectives in very weird situations. So I think they would just make a really good team. They're both snarky, which is important. The next question is, if you saw your favorite author in the subway, what one sentence would you say to them? So I chose Libba Bray, who wrote The Diviners and Beauty Queens. I love Libba Bray. I love both those books so much. They're two of my favorite books. And I don't know what I'd say to her. I'd probably just be like, oh my god, Libba Bray, you're so cool. Probably something like that. Some sort of compliment. I'd probably flail a little bit, and I wouldn't know what to do, and it would just be awkward. Or I would do what I normally do when I see someone famous, which isn't often. I would probably just like go the other direction and be like, well, she's not famous, but like famous isn't like I respect that person. I probably just go in the other direction and be like, just really nervous and awkward Emma. Also, she lives in New York City, so I could actually maybe end up on the same subway as her. Next is what books got you into reading? Just like Margot said in her in the original video, I didn't become a reader until I was in my teens. I didn't really read much at all growing up. I read when I was like elementary school, but not really even that much then. So I didn't really become a reader until I was about 15. And you're going to be like, this book? Abundance of Catherines by John Green really got me into reading. I picked this book up when I was 15 for $3.99. That should tell you how popular John Green was at the time. Tiffyos was not out yet. And I read it, and although this book, I don't know if I would like it anymore, I really loved it at the time. It blew my mind, and I thought it was so great. This cover, guys, is so ugly. But, and I really loved it, and was really obsessed with it. And through this, I learned about YouTube, I learned about the Vlogbrothers, and I learned about how there are people who make YouTube videos. I didn't know that at all before this, and YouTube, like, came into my life, and it's been generally a wonderful experience, and of course reading has been a wonderful experience. So I do have a lot of indebted to John Green. Although I'm not a Nerdfighter anymore for many reasons, none of them that big a deal. Mostly I just kind of like got over it and didn't really want to do that anymore. But this book, yeah, it means a lot to me. Okay. Also, The Magicians by Lev Grossman. This book demolished me. It was my first book hangover. I read it around the same time I read Abundance of Catherines, and it just like I haven't read the other two mostly because this book demolished me so much emotionally, and I was like, oh, that was my reaction. But I will read them eventually. And I got to meet Lev Grossman when I was 17 at this tiny little literary festival my university has every year, and I actually have pretty big authors come. They had Jennifer Egan come last year, who wrote A Visit from the Goon Squad, and he came, and he was so lovely. I talked to him for about half an hour, and we just chatted, and my sister-in-law was there, and he thought I was a grad student, and it felt cool, and he signed my book, and it says, Lev Grossman, Mischief Managed, which is very cool. So, this book is just amazing. Next would be, what book would you save in a fire from your bookshelf? And so I chose Emma by Jane Austen, specifically this copy. This copy is beaten down, worn out, just bad. I've only read this Emma once. I've only read it once. I read it when I was 16, but I got this book when I was 12. I asked for the Click novels, which if you don't remember what those are, they're like a middle grade, Pretty Little Liars sort of thing. And this came in the package. It was from my aunt and uncle, and it just said Emma. It was like a peekaboo, and because they were just doing a play on words thing. And I didn't read it until I was 16, but I tried to read it when I was 12 and through those years, and it came with me on vacations, to summer camp, to school. It is highlighted, and beaten up, and I have a lot of sentimental feelings towards it. Next is, what is your most epic read? I could have chosen Harry Potter, but I decided to choose the Percy Jackson series by Rick Riordan. I read this before. I read most of Harry Potter, so I just have lots of feelings and emotions, and I love Harry Potter, and I love Percy Jackson. But yeah, it'd probably be this series, and Heroes of Olympus too. It's just a very immersive series, and it's very epic. Finally, who do I tag? So I'm going to tag a few people, because I think this is really fun, and something, it's very easy and very quick, and so you don't have to like put a lot of effort into it, which I think is always nice every once in a while. So I'm going to tag Emily from Emily Jean Lives. I'm going to tag Sarah from Sarah Actually Reads. I'm going to tag Brie from Brie May. I'm going to tag Hannah from The Story Nut. I'm going to tag Brock from Let's Reads. That's all I can think of right now. And everybody else who wants to do it. You should do it. It's really fun. Anyway, I should end this book with the book shimmy, as directed in the video. This is how you look really cool at a book shimmy. Anyway, have a wonderful day. Bye!